Hey everyone, welcome back to AFTV, welcome to the Starting 11 and Prediction Show. I've got a great panel here because Arsenal are playing Leicester. The 11 comes out in 15 minutes. I'm kind of getting bored of saying it's a big game, but it is a big game. That's the situation we found ourselves in. Should we do the round of applause? We do the round of applause. Let's start with Julian. How are we? Yeah, look at that. And of course we've got Robbie.
Hey.
Yeah, come on then, let's keep the energy. We have Kelechi in the house.
Hey.
Welcome.
Thank you.
And a little one for me. There we go. And to everyone, we've got Cess in the background, we've got everyone here. Welcome. No, we don't clap Cess. But, guys, Leicester, United, Spurs, the two biggest, I think, contenders for this top four place, alongside us. They played it out yesterday. United win, but it's about us doing our job and trying to get ourselves back into the top four, retain those games in hand, and chalk down another big cup final, as we're calling them. Robbie, how are you feeling about it?
Yeah, I feel confident, but it's as you just alluded to, it's a tough game. Leicester are a good side, no mugs. They're on a little run as well. They've won their last couple of games, one during the week. But I'm confident. The difference that I look at this game in comparison to seasons gone by is that whereas normally it'd be Arsenal coming into this game probably off of the back of a European game, it's kind of the other way around now. It's like Leicester coming in off the back of a European game, and Arsenal should be fresh after a very good win away from home last week. So hoping to see a really strong Arsenal team and really, really go for it and set ourselves up nicely, as we look forward to that Liverpool game on Wednesday night, and also, take advantage of the fact, that, there was a slip up by, say, Spurs yesterday. But remember, even though Spurs slipped up, United won, right? Yep. So, and they're in the fourth place right now. So we need a win. Yeah, absolutely. Julian, how are you feeling about it?
I feel confident, but I also don't think Leicester are any mugs. Leicester have been a really good team. It's not just been, as I thought initially, a one-season wonder. They've been pretty consistent now since they won the league. All right, they had a little bit of a tail off the season after. I look at their form, and their form is pretty much identical to ours over the last 7 games. The only difference is if you look at the quality of opposition that Leicester have played in this, what was it called, the Conference League. I look at some of the teams in that being not much better standard than what I played in. They're pretty crap.
You can't say that, man. Rennes are a good team. Rennes are a good. Remember they beat us. They're a good.
I wouldn't even know where Rennes is. Any idea?
In France, I've been there.
Did they beat us 3-1 in the
Vingo, who plays for Real Madrid, who came from there. They're a good side, man. Mendy, who plays for Chelsea, he came from Rennes. So don't disrespect Rennes.
If you compare Rennes to Wolves and the kind of results we've had, although the performances and the results have been identical, I'd say the quality of opposition that we've played in the last 7 games is higher than what they've played.
Yeah, we have.
So I think that our form is better than Leicester's form. We are at home. We've also, they're missing a threat that's been the biggest threat for us, which is Vardy, which I think is going to make a difference.
Yeah,
so
he's been a nightmare.
Everything's as it should be. We should win.
Yeah, agree. We've got a super chat in from Alex Smith, says, good afternoon team, I say 2-0 today. Kelechi, I think I saw you at the King Power when we beat them 2-0 earlier in the season, and that was the game that for me showed that this Arsenal side and these new players who've come in, this new spine Arteta's built, was starting to come together, was starting to, I started to think, you know what, show a bit of consistency, we can go for top 4. Here we are in a position in March, feeling very much in the driving seat. Did you expect us to be in this position by this time?
Yes and no. Yes, in a way, because we had less games to play, and you could see what the manager was doing. And then no, because of some of the, Aubameyang manager, that I thought it might be a distraction, because every media day, what of this situation, what of this, you don't want to have that cloud hanging around. But I mean, that situation has now petered out, and the game and the players are focused on the game, and the aim is to achieve top 4. Going out of the cup games probably has helped us as well, in as much as I would love to win those cups. And the boys are focused on the game and they're playing really well.
You know what, is it just me who feels that, I hate saying this like an hour before a game, but I feel Arsenal, I can visibly see Arsenal getting better week on week. Like I watched the game against Watford, now shaky at the back at times, but I do feel like I'm watching a side that is getting more and more used to what they're being asked to do, getting more used to each other. Odegaard and Saka, there was a time where fans were saying, you know, they're getting each other's way and maybe Odegaard's not the right player for Saka. And now look at them in the interchanges the other day, some of the goals we scored, Lacazette very much understanding his role up top. You know, we are going into this with some good momentum. We do have a crunch week coming up.
Yeah, listen, they're playing as a team, right? And I think that's the difference. When I watched that game yesterday, you look at Manchester United, they're individuals. You know, they got over the line because of the brilliance of Ronaldo, but they got outplayed by Tottenham, I thought, for most
I
of
thought
that
so
game.
too.
Right, so, you know, we're playing as a team, and that bodes well for the future. And they're playing with a lot of confidence at the moment as well. You saw some of the interplay at Watford. It was beautiful. Some of the moves that they were doing, and they knew what they, you know, especially going forward. So it bodes well. It bodes well. And, you know, Leicester's going to be a tough game. I mean, Leicester were going for a really tough, you know, you said the last 7 games, but they were going for a really tough spell up until the last couple of games in the Premier League. And even the game against Leeds that they won, I tell you.
Everyone's beating Leeds.
Yeah, but that game that they won that 1-0 at home. They were very fortunate. I thought Leeds were all over them, and I want Arsenal to get at them like that today, because I think if Arsenal get at them in the manner that Leeds got at them, right, you know, we'll take our chances, or we'll take at least some of them, you know. Leeds in that game should have beaten Leicester, even if you know, so there's still a little, you know, they've had a lot of injuries, you've got to say, you know what I mean, Fofana,
and they've still
you know,
got injuries,
missing Vardy, but they've got a good squad. They've still got guys like Ian Nacho who can come in. They've still got Patson Daka, so they're still a decent side. We cannot take them lightly whatsoever. But I don't think Arsenal really have been taking teams lightly, and we're confident. And at home, we've been strong. You know what I mean? In the league, we've only lost to Chelsea and Man City at home.
Well, there you go.
So,
and the Man City one was very unfortunate.
Yeah, and it's critical we win this game ahead of that Liverpool game. Critical, because who knows if we get a point, and you want to go into that game with confidence. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we can win this. You know, feeling that way. You know, and if you're going off the back of a defeat or a draw, you're going to think, well, if we can't beat Leicester, we've got no chance against Liverpool. And you know, there's a couple of tough games coming up. Liverpool, Villa away as well.
First time in a while, the team will have had back-to-back games as well to worry about.
Need something out of this.
We've got it. It's Wednesday, isn't it? The Liverpool.
Wednesday, and then we're straight up 12:30 Saturday.
Game in hand. It's the game in hand, didn't it?
So 3 tough games. We'll get into the comment section in a second. Actually, let's have a little look at what people say. We've got some score predictions. 4-1 coming in. Lots of come on you Gunners. Some people saying 3-0. Wilson says, my prediction, Arsenal 2-1. Someone said Everton going down. On the topic of that, let's have a little look at the state of play for this weekend. Liverpool did win at Brighton 2-0 yesterday. Brentford as well, the 2-0 win against Burnley. And as we mentioned, the big game was the Man United 3-2 win against Tottenham. I think we were debating whether we wanted a draw or whatever. I think as long as Spurs didn't win, correct. I think that was. Yeah.
And there's always a massive pleasure in watching Spurs lose.
Oh, absolutely.
Regardless of the results and the implications to Arsenal.
Yeah, no.
So it was very pleasurable.
And that leaves the league table with City, Liverpool, Chelsea in the top 3. Well, I probably shouldn't be so sort of quick just to chuck Chelsea in that top 3, because we are watching them now. 0-0 against Newcastle. We've got it on here in the background. Newcastle have been causing them problems. You've been watching most of the game.
Yeah, but I still don't think. I still don't think Chelsea won't finish third.
I agree.
They will finish third. But listen, we just got to try and chase down what we're chasing down. But I'd be very shocked if they slipped up. They've got too many.
Don't you think the freezing of the bank account and all those things might affect the players?
Yeah, no, I think
they're not getting salary.
I think that will affect.
We're going to have 28,000 capacity now.
Yeah,
just
but there's no away fans as well. There's no away fans, so I think
that will benefit.
I don't think that's fair, really. You know what I mean? That you, for instance, we go there'd be no away fans. You know what I mean? But Chelsea, I think it will affect them. But so far, it hasn't really affected
them. It's only been a few days, and they haven't scored since.
They've still got the same. They beat Norwich during the week 4-0. Or was it Birmingham?
3-1.
Right. They've still got the same squad intact. Right. So, you won't see the real effects of that probably until next season or the end of the season. But obviously, it's uncertainty in their heads. But I think we just got to. The thing is about it, right, is that right now we just got to worry about our thing. Stop worrying about Tottenham. Stop worrying about Man United. All these teams around us, right? And just do, because if we don't do our job, it don't matter what they do, we will not get the top 4. We have to win games.
Yep. Agreed.
We have to win games.
Well, we have to do better than they do.
So no. I think that's
the reality.
To me, I don't even want that attitude. I want Arsenal going out there saying we need to win games.
Yeah.
Not they drew, so we get a draw. And then you're.
But ultimately, if we do better than that lot, we will get to the position we want to be. So we are competing directly against these teams.
Yeah.
So
but win games.
So if Chelsea don't win today, then that opens it up for us. If we win,
I don't want to fall in the trap of Chelsea didn't win, so such and such didn't win, and we got a draw. So you know what I mean? No, we need to win games. That's what we need to do. We win games. It's in our hands, and then it don't matter what anybody's doing around us. Yeah. It's what we do.
How many games we've got left? 12, is it, or 11?
Well, as things stand, Man United have played 29 games, they're on 50 points. Arsenal played 25, so 4 games in hand, and we're 2 points behind them on 48. West Ham are on 40, well, it was on 45 going into today. Tottenham on 45 as well, they've played 20. So we've got 2 games in hand on Spurs, that'll be 1 after today. So I get what you're saying, Robbie, but it does add pressure because you're watching the other teams, you're seeing how everything's playing out, and suddenly the pressure's ramped up even more. If we could keep opening a bit of a gap and building a bit of a cushion.
That's why it's winning. It's about winning. If you see City, right, that's why when they go for the league, that season when they surpassed Liverpool, it was a 1 point in it.
Yeah.
They just kept winning.
Yeah, they did.
When you know what I mean, then it's in your hands. It doesn't matter what anyone's doing around you. You ain't got to get the calculator out.
Because it's like a sprint. If you're running and you're looking, but you're going to be slowing yourself down.
Yeah.
You understand? Just concentrate on your game, and you might win.
Fair enough.
But then if we go back to what you said about Chelsea, that it won't have an effect till next season, I disagree with that, because if I look at the reasons, the motivations of why players have gone to Chelsea, they haven't gone there because of their history or anything. They've gone there because of the money involved. They now know that the reality is there probably won't be that kind of money at Chelsea anymore. Their motivation levels are probably slightly lower for Chelsea because they're looking elsewhere. They're going to go where the money is.
Yeah, but I don't think you're going to see...
At that kind of level, if it drops by a few percent, that can make a difference.
I don't think you're going to see the effects of this until the end of the season. And sometimes these things can galvanise teams to say, right, you know, we're going to show everybody, we're going to finish it strong.
It depends what the mentality of the players are. With Arsenal, those young players that have come here, they to me are a team. They care about the club. This lot that are playing for Chelsea, mercenaries.
No, I don't think it's this. Mine is the immediate future of the club. Because if you're freezing their account, how do you pay salaries? That's what I'm saying. I'm not even thinking about how do you pay the cook? We can't be cooking for them. We will adverts be the bus driver. You understand? All those kind of things. We don't know. It's uncertain.
I think Tuchel's got them focused, to be honest. We are keeping an eye on them. I just want to quickly touch on it because the starting 11 is out in 2 minutes. Just a quick one. And it's causing quite a lot of debate amongst Arsenal fans. If Smith Rowe is fit, does he start? Now, I've been getting a lot of heat for wanting to persist with Martinelli, thinking he's at times been brilliant, at times a little off it, but generally we know what a star we've got. He keeps his shirt for me.
Last week I said that I'd start Smith Rowe, right? Because I was like, he's scoring goals. But I think after the goal that Martinelli scored last week and the confidence that will give him, and the fact that, you know, Smith Rowe's coming off the back of the injury, and the fact as well that we've got that game on Wednesday against Liverpool, there's no harm in just going with what we did last week. You know, bring Smith Rowe on for a bit and then see who comes out better in the game to decide who starts against Liverpool. That's the critical one. We've got 3 tough games coming, you know, in all, so they're all going to be needed, I feel.
Smith Rowe, Martinelli.
Generally, I would say Martinelli, because of his work rate, he can track back, he can do so many things. I love him. I've always said, even if he's on the pitch and he doesn't play the ball, he's just running about, I'm fine. But at this moment in time, I prefer Smith Rowe on the left. He's an unknown, like, you can't really mark him. And remember the tight games. He floats. The tight games when we've, been, struggling, he's been the one to score because he floats. It's hard to mark him. If Smith Rowe was playing on the left, say for instance against Nottingham Forest, it would have been hard for that their right back that is making waves now. It's easier to mark Martinelli. It's very, very easy.
I see what you mean in terms of you know where he's going to be, but it's more can you stop him when he's on?
He's so quick.
It's very tricky. So
it's so hard because when you're comparing two players, it sounds like I think we've got the 11 out now. So actually, I was going to make a point, but let's find this 11 because it's out. Here it is. Should we go into it, lads?
Yeah.
Go on.
Ramsdale in goal.
Whee.
Obviously. Cedric keeps his place with White, Gabriel and Tierney.
Yeah.
And that's no surprise because Tomiyasu's not on the bench. So we'll go into that in a bit. Partey and Xhaka with Saka, Odegaard, Martinelli and Lacazette. So
it's exactly the same team as last week.
Who's on the bench then?
Leno, Holding, Tavares, Swanson, Lokonga, El Neni, Pepe, Emil Smith-Rowe and Eddie Nketiah.
So
worrying that no Tomiyasu here.
You say Swanson?
Swanson, he's one of the kids. One of the kids. But it's worrying that Tomiyasu's still out then. Out. That's about 5-6 games, isn't it? He's been missing. He's missing quite a lot of games, man.
So apparently he had a calf injury, recovered, and then injured his other calf.
Yeah.
Or got another calf injury.
Yeah, it's not
so
great.
He's I feel for him because
we need to get in as well as Cedric's been doing. I would like to see him back for Liverpool.
Yeah, we need Tomiyasu up against Diaz.
As well as Cedric's been doing. Diaz
but not rushed back though, because we did rush him back against Liverpool. And he got in.
And actually he got toasted against
Liverpool. Exactly.
And he looked very unfit.
He's not fit.
He wasn't fit.
He's been out for a while now.
Yeah, he's been out for a while. I mean, remember when he came, he was blooded in immediately. Was playing every game. I mean, he had.
But then look at the form of Cedric. He's good. He's come in. He's doing a good job. So although we're weaker with Cedric, we're not that much weaker because he's.
But you know what it is? I think the last 4 games that Cedric's played, and I like Cedric a lot actually. I think what's helped him is that we've played teams where we're typically going to have more of the ball. He likes to overlap and get forward. He's got a good delivery. Against Liverpool, it's going to be as much about how we defend as to how we cause them problems, and that's why I'd be desperate to have Tomiyasu back. I'm not sort of thinking, well, Cedric's been in good form, so he'll be all right against Diaz. I'm thinking we're going to need Tomiyasu. I'm just going to go into the Leicester 11. Schmeichel in goal. Looks like a back four with Ricardo Pereira, Amate, Soyuncu and Thomas at left back. Now I think it's going to be Mendy and Dewsbury Hall in midfield, with Maddison, Albrighton and Barnes behind Kelechi Iheanacho. On the bench they got Jakubovic, Vestergaard, Justin, Chowdhury, Ndidi, Tielemans, Perez, Lookman and Daka. Their bench is better than their starting 11.
Ndidi on the bench?
And Tielemans, and Lookman, and Daka, and Perez.
You think
they're resting for that?
No, you see what I'm saying though, right? They just had a very tough game during the week, even though you've never heard of Rennes.
I've heard of them, I just didn't know where they were.
Rennes are a very good team. Now I think they're third in Ligue 1 at the moment. They're a top side, right? They had a very tough game, right, against Rennes. So maybe that's why they sort of switched it up a bit to give, to rest some of those players. Remember, they've been doing what we've been doing over the years, which is that Thursday night thing. So he's using his squad. Listen,
that's good for us.
That's there's no Tielemans, no.
That's mad. Yeah. That's mad to me. I mean, if we just stop for a second, don't get me wrong. Dewsbury Hall, talented young midfielder, like him a lot. Like him. James Maddison, Barnes, Iheanacho. We all know they can be dangerous. Ricardo's a good outlet for them at right back. So they've got some real talent there. I'm not sitting there going, right, brilliant, 3 points. But when you look at their bench, I mean, maybe he's throwing the league. He said, listen, we'll finish around 10th to 12th. Yeah. But if we win the conference, we'll be in the Europa League and we'll be good. I mean, I can't believe Ndidi, Tielemans, Lookman should be in that team.
But it absolutely makes sense because they're not going to go down and they're not going to get into European places. So this game for them isn't as important as their conference league.
There's an international break coming soon.
Also,
but not till next week.
You look on it and you say the danger of their bench. I mean, they've got a lot of firepower to bring off that bench in Daka, in Ndidi, Lookman, who's looked, he looked decent in some of these games they've played. You know what I mean? So,
he's Nigerian now. He's playing for Nigeria now.
Listen, the chance is there for Arsenal today. You know what I mean? We've got our strongest team out apart from Tomiyasu. So and obviously Smith Rowe, we decided not to start him. So. That's a strong Arsenal team. That's the team that done the business last week and has been doing the business over the past couple of weeks. We just need to be on it today, man.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
Games are running down. Let's just be on it every
And
game.
also our bench is strong. The firepower that we can potentially bring off our bench, I would say, matches theirs, because you can only use 3 subs anyway.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So,
yeah,
so
listen,
we've got
Pepe,
Smith Rowe.
You know, Lokonga can. I mean, I like him a lot.
And you can bring Tavares on
for
a bit more speed towards the end.
No, very true. But let's just have a little look at the results around the Premier League as we get to the last sort of 10, 20 minutes of those games. Chelsea are still at 0-0 with Newcastle's end to the 79th minute. Leeds are 1-0 up against Norwich. Wolves are 1-0 up at Everton. Likewise, West Ham are 1-0 up against
Yarmolenko with a goal. Ukrainian, scoring that goal. Apparently it was a banger as well. Not a good result for us though.
Let me give you a big one.
You know,
Watford are 2-1 up at Southampton. So
Yeah, I saw
Southampton,
that.
who went and did a real shift for us against Spurs and United a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
I think are looking at 3 defeats in a row, especially 2 home ones to Newcastle and Watford, so they'll be disappointed with that. Okay, so our 11's out. Should we do some predictions?
yeah, I'm going to go for 2-0 today. I think we'll get the job done today. I want to fire up Arsenal. We haven't played for, as I said, we haven't played for over a week. Played really well last week. I want to fire up Arsenal. Go out there and get the job done. Play like how we did in that first half against Leicester when we went away. I thought that was one of our best
it was.
away
We're
performances
terrific.
this season. We were brilliant that
I was
game.
next to Judy.
Yeah, I remember that.
So you took the picture for
Kept
me.
asking me to explain things.
But it's important. I like your experience and your
Well, thank you very
tactical analysis.
Well, I really appreciate it, Judy. What's your score prediction?
When I look at last week, I think defensively we look poor. From an offensive point of view, we looked excellent. I think defensively is something easier to rectify than offensively. So if we can just cut out those, what was a really, especially that second goal for Watford, really stupid mistake.
Really poor,
and we also looked a little bit poor, and a little bit shaky on some other stuff. If we can cut that out of our game today, I think we can win 2-3-0. But if we can't, it's going to be a lot closer.
What do you think, Kelechi?
Well, I know that Leicester have their firepower on the bench, but I'm still scared of Kelechi Iheanacho, the guy I know very well. I know what he can do, and that kid Harvey Barnes.
Yes,
he's
Harvey
good.
Barnes is a real player. There's a few Leicester players we would take, aren't there?
I'm
And
telling you.
Jude Bureau, like you said, has been playing well.
Yeah.
So I'll be careful in this game, very careful actually.
Yeah.
I'll go with Robbie 2-0, but I'll be really, really careful.
Yeah, you've got to keep
Still
that concentration.
Still surprised they've rested like Tielemans and all guys.
It's not surprising. It just
Although he
means
hasn't
such a
played very
well-taken
well
team.
recently, Tielemans. He hasn't been playing.
He has contract issues, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then
Do you think we're in
Maddison-
for him?
He could be,
I'd
he could be
take
on
him.
his way here.
Well, I think we are. I think we are looking at it.
Yeah, we are looking at him.
There are a few Leicester. I did the combined 11 with Lee Chappie live on Friday night on AFTV, and you know, basically the terms were: imagine every player's at their best, because we know Leicester haven't been at it this year. But you know what we know of these players. So it got quite tight with people like Ramsdale, Schmeichel, you know, Ricardo Pereira, who I think is a brilliant player. Tommy Asty's having a better season, but Ricardo Pereira is the top player. So there are a few Leicester players that I thought, yeah, you know, Tielemans, Ndidi, Barnes, Maddison.
They're a good side, very good side. So I feel that, but I think we've got more to play for. It's a bit like what you were saying, Kelechi. Are they prioritising that Conference League? And it's not even just that, it's the fact that they've just played that game that was a highly intense game. They really went for that game. I think they won that and they really went for it.
Yeah.
And then that was Sunday. You know what I mean? As we've had to go through in the years. Sunday. Sorry, that was Thursday. Thursday, Sunday.
Yeah.
As we know, it's not easy, man.
No.
It's not easy.
No, it is. Let's go through some comments. We do have a load of score predictions coming in. Arsenal 3-2 says Gooner Lad. Arsenal twin by 2 says Demand Gunner. DMC Harper says 3-0. Come on, you Gunners. Yashdeep says 2-0 Arsenal. Someone's put 7-0 Arsenal. Imagine that. What day that would be. There was another comment that came in for you, Robbie, that said, Robbie, please explain your 7 for Odegaard last game. It was a 9, nearly man of the match with Saka.
Yeah, he was excellent. He was excellent, but why did there was something, I can't remember why I was going to give him an 8, and then I went for 7. I marked him down slightly for something. But Saka was my man of the match in the last game.
Odegaard was unbelievable.
Saka was, Odegaard was brilliant, but I just thought that Saka again, every time, he just smelt danger every time he got the ball. If you're a Watford fan or if you're a Watford manager or player, you don't want the ball to go to him because every time he got the ball, it spelt danger for
Well, you
them.
couldn't have thought he was that magnificent if you only gave him a 7.
No, I'm on about Saka. I gave him a 9.
You actually said, I thought Odegaard was magnificent, and then went on to talk about Saka, so if you couldn't have thought he was that magnificent, otherwise you'd have given him more than 7.
Yeah, I can't remember. There was something I marked him down on. Maybe it was something defensively.
Yeah, but you can't remember.
As you said, something defensively that he let go. I can't remember right now. But I'm like, Saka, you don't think he was a 9?
Yeah, I think it was a 9.
I'm not disputing that Saka played well. I just think that you should have given Odegaard a
think
bigger score.
I thought Odegaard was as good on the day. He just didn't have he got the goal.
He got a goal, and then the third goal, the flick.
Yeah, the flick was
that was sick.
Listen, right, and that guy with the comment, right, let me tell you something, right. Who was the person who last season I've been talking up Odegaard when we signed it? When we signed Odegaard, there was a lot of people. Odegaard. I've gone, listen. I thought he'd done well on the loan move. I thought he's a fit. You can see he's fitting into the team, and he's going to get better. And there was a lot of people with doubts on Odegaard, and now he's showing what he can do. And I think he'll be captain of this team soon. So I think next season he'll be captain.
Do you retract your 7?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
Do you retract your 7?
I'll give him a 7 and a half.
There you go. But you're right to big up Saka. You are right to big up Saka.
Hopefully, Odegaard does the same this week.
That'd be good.
I'll give him a 9. I'll give him a 10 if he does that again.
So if he plays as well as he did last week when you gave him a 7, you'll give him a 10.
I'll give him a 10.
Okay, that makes sense.
To average it across the season.
That's just a way of retracting it.
I'll give him a 10.
Do you know what I saw yesterday in that Spurs United game, just very quickly? There was a moment where Kulusevski was put through down the right and he had to square it to Son. I don't know if you guys remember it from the game. And it just made me so happy because I was watching the amount of times Saka, the amount of times he just used his right foot. So he'll score goals with his right, he assists with his right, did it again last week.
He's a
good player. He's a very good player.
But just very left-footed, isn't he?
In that situation, didn't use it, and I thought we saw it the week before where Saka did pull it off. So fair play. So let's run through some final comments. Odegaard is a young Fabregas, says Nikunj.
High praise.
Rohan says, is Don going to the Emirates? Are you going to the Emirates?
I will be at the Emirates.
You'll be there. Lovely. Everyone's saying. MD says that you're escaping giving the rating you want. I
love Odegaard, man.
It's a good score.
Tommy for a 4-2 Arsenal win. Well, this is chapter 1 of 3 in what is a big week.
Big week, man.
Massive week. Today would be a perfect start. I mean, every game's massive, but
we're going to wear red shorts though.
Yeah.
We know the reason why.
They wanted to test it to see
how it looked.
Yeah.
All right.
So people, what do we do?
Did you like it?
Let's give that a rating. Robbie thought he was brilliant, so he gave it a 5.
It makes no difference when what colour
listen,
shorts are.
right, one thing I've learned over the years, right, anytime you win in a kit, it looks good. How do we have lost in that kit? Why are we wearing that red shorts for? Why?
You're right.
Somebody explain to me why.
You know the fans well.
Do you know, I thought our away kits last season, I loved them, but they're tainted by that horrible season that I just won't.
The kits are
and I thought they were great.
It's like a stadium, isn't it? It's like you move into a brand new stadium like the Emirates. If you don't win nothing in it, everyone just starts back to the old place. Everyone's like, "Oh, what memories at Highbury?" Because we won things at Highbury.
Yeah, very true.
Right? You've got to win something in that stadium to bring it to life.
I've got to say, Turkish in the comment section says enough talk about merchandise. He's relentless. Where is he? Where are you, Turkish?
Got to support Chelsea, Turkish. You know what I mean? They're not selling that merchandise. The shop's locked. Your dreams have come true. A Turkish should be there. Imagine the Turkish equivalent as a Chelsea fan. He's jumping up and down at the moment. No merchant. The shop is shut. Nothing's getting sold.
Wait till he can't get his sort of Coke and burger at half time. Although I think they are doing that still. I think they've still got refreshments.
I heard they weren't selling refreshments at half time.
I know they're allowed to spend. Is it £500,000 for per home game?
Per game,
for stewards, security,
that's not your police bill alone for games like that would be a lot. You know what I mean?
And here comes Chelsea speaking.
It's not a lot.
And Lukaku's offside.
You know, the one that cracked me up was the £20,000
Yeah, we
to go to a game.
So they'll be sleeping in travel lodge or something.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Please,
And
no,
take
no,
your
no.
right
They
here
have to
and
take a
stuff.
lot of people to these games
Yeah,
normally.
20 grand.
Yeah.
Unbelievable,
Security,
yeah.
the bosses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Robbie has been basking in this for the last week. I've got to
it's
say.
brilliant,
I
man.
saw your
20
little
grand.
stunt with expressions on on Best of Enemies. That was dark.
But the only thing I'm concerned about on that is no away fans. If I can't go to every single Arsenal game this season because of Chelsea, that's taking it away.
I mean, I don't know if they're going to reverse that thing with the away fans, but
Yeah, I mean,
basically, they're not allowed to make any money, so there's no fans. So as it stands,
I'm
there's no
happy
away
not to
fans.
pay to
Which
get
I
in.
think, it's a disadvantage to us then, isn't it? Because when we go to play them,
Yeah.
they'll still have 28,000 season ticket holder fans there, and there'll be no away fans.
Well, hopefully there'll be one at least.
Yeah.
I'll tap up
Havertz-
Chelsea.
Havertz has just scored a great
Chelsea
goal.
very late on. And by the way,
89th minute.
what an
a great goal.
unbelievable goal.
That's a touch. You see the touch?
This guy should have
See
done
the
earlier.
touch there?
That's a touch.
Yeah, you see the touch there, yeah?
Was that,
Dan
the,
Burn
was
looks
that was the guy
devastated.
you were slating before?
No, that's Havertz. The one I was slating before was Werner.
Okay.
I've got to say,
By the way, Turkish, that's another one. But we won't get started on that. But anyway, we're
is
going
he
to wrap this up.
inside? I'm just keeping a little look here.
He's onside. It's a great run.
Miles on. What
Yeah,
a goal!
He's miles on. Oh,
What a goal!
That was Bergkamp.
There you go.
Havertz is quality.
Yeah, Havertz is quality. All right, guys, we'll wrap it up there. Enjoy the game. You're all going, yeah? Aren't you?
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Looking
Enjoy
forward
it.
to it.
Have a good time. I'll be here in the studio with everyone else.
Yeah.
Guys, we'll be live in about half an hour, 4:15 UK time. Everyone watching around the world. That's what I love about this channel. Like seeing the global gooners around the world following. I really appreciate it. So we'll have the watch along very shortly. We'll then have the full-time show straight after as well. If you enjoyed this video, smash a like and subscribe if you haven't yet. We'll see you very soon. Come on, Arsenal.